Good day, everyone. I am King Hernandez, and I'm here to talk about managing fixed period inventory systems. Managing fixed period inventory systems is an alternative to a fixed order quantity system and is also a fixed period system, which what we know all about, or its acronym, is FPS. And its inventory position is checked only at fixed intervals of time rather than a continuous basis at the time of review. And an order is placed for sufficient stock to bring the inventory position up to a predetermined maximum inventory level. It has actually two principal decisions in an FPS. First is the time interval between reviews, and second is the replenishment level. We can set the length of the review period judgmentally based on the importance of the item or the convenience of the review. For instance, management might select to review non-critical SKUs every month, or much more specifically or critical when we review it for every week. And we can also incorporate economics using the EOQ model because it provides the best economic time interval for establishing an optimal policy for an FPS system under the model assumption which economic time interval is equals to quantity over the average demand per time period. And it also has an optimal replenishment level without safety stock, where demand during the lead time plus review period is equals to the average demand per time period, quantity, time plus lead time in the same time units. Where an operation of a fixed period systems has a formula and solution displayed in front of you. And to add safety stock to the replenishment level of demand in an FPS, we can use the same statistical principles as with the FQS. We must compute safety stock over the period of quantity, time, plus average demand. So the replenishment level is computed as follows, which it gives you an uncertain demand of first, compute safety stock over the period of time plus L or demand, or the average demand rather. And second, the replenishment level is computed as shown on the formula in front of you, where the M demand is equals to having a quantity formula in front, and a second level and a third level having a product of the choice of system to use, FQS or FPS. As for the single period inventory model, to move on from the EOQ model, this type of model applies to inventory situations in which one order is placed for a good in anticipation of a future selling season where demand is uncertain. Well, for instance, you'll be readying such supplies for an uncertain demand because you're unsure if this time or this season would really uh, have a big value of demand or a low level of demand. And second, at the end of the period, the product has either sold out or there is a surplus of unsold items to sell for a salvage value. So you have a ready value where the sales is much faster and bigger. And second, if there is a surplus of unsold items where because of a product of a low demand, you can sell it for a salvage value or a low price amount. And this is sometimes called a news vendor problem because newspaper sales are a typical example where this newspaper article shows this uh, graph or this indicator where such demand has happened where the demand is bigger or lower. And for the single period inventory model, it also has a formula using marginal economic analysis to solve, such as C over S, the cost of per item or overestimating demand, which is the salvage cost, represents the loss of ordering one additional item and finding that it cannot be sold. And second is the C over U, the cost per item of underestimating demand, which is the shortage cost, because such cost appears when the supply has bigger because of the uncertain demand does not match the supply level that you ready. And one additional item and finding that it could have been sold. As for the optimal order quantity of Q must satisfy such a formula, which is demand is lesser or equal than quantity and equals to the cost per item overestimating demand over the cost of item underestimating demand plus the uh, overestimating demand, which gives you such a formula of the or answer and product of a single period inventory model. And by this, you can use this product or equation to maybe have a better solution to another season of another uncertain demand. And I believe that's our report for the day. Once again, I am King Hernandez from Group 2. To God be the glory. As for other questions, you can drop it by here in the group chat so that we can further answer them.